how is it that they allowed this man to work here, knowing that he even has a warrant in Alabama as we speak? How can you allow that? I feel tortured.
And she deserves justice, and her name will live forever. So sweet and innocent, and somebody so cruel to come from us.
He seriously sat in her mother's face and asked for pretty much sympathy. I'm not okay with that.
Janiya Carr, a vibrant and beautiful teenager, exuded joy through her love for dancing, singing, and creating TikTok videos with her family and friends. As a student at Arsenal Technical High School, she recently celebrated homecoming and looked forward to her upcoming 16th birthday. Carr effortlessly balanced her studies with her teenage pursuits, showcasing her style, talent, and humor on social media platforms. Her bond with her mother, Demetria Boston, was unbreakable, with Janiya frequently expressing her love and gratitude. Little did they know, their peaceful life at Carriage House East Apartments was about to be shattered by the arrival of Tevis Walker, a fugitive hired as a maintenance man. Despite being wanted in both Atlanta and Alabama, Walker slipped through the cracks and began a new life in Indiana. A simple background check by the apartment complex could have prevented tragedy, but instead, Janiya became his next victim. Her untimely death has left her mother heartbroken, devastated, and utterly lost, robbed of the bright future her daughter deserved. Welcome to the American Crime, Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button for future uploads. On October 28, Janiya vanished after leaving her home around 5 a.m. Her mother, alarmed by her disappearance, immediately alerted authorities. Given their close relationship, she never suspected Carr to be a runaway teen. Tragically, on November 1, Janiya's body was discovered by a woman walking her dog behind their apartment complex, concealed in the bushes. Her mother was left bewildered and devastated, grappling with the unimaginable tragedy that befell her daughter. The authorities, alongside Janiya's mother, demanded access to surveillance footage to uncover the truth. Through painstaking investigation, detectives pieced together Carr's final moments. At 4:32 a.m., she was seen getting into Tevis's car, only to return a few minutes later. Less than an hour later, at 5:21 a.m., another camera captured the Kia driving into the grass, its lights extinguished at the spot where Janiya's lifeless body was later found. According to police documents, the lights of the vehicle were turned off, and although movement was observed, the view remained obscured. Minutes later, at 5:25 a.m., Walker parked the Kia in the lot, then retreated into his apartment mere feet from the scene. Subsequent footage allegedly shows Walker approaching the car twice, appearing to deposit something in the trunk. Later, he is seen leaving his apartment, retrieving an item from the trunk, and walking towards the wooded area where Janiya's body was discovered. The footage purportedly captures Walker lingering in the vicinity for 11 minutes before returning to his car and eventually back to his apartment. Upon the discovery of Carr's body, law enforcement and medics were dispatched to the scene, revealing a harrowing sight. Janiya, identified by authorities, bore a bullet wound to her right cheek and trauma to the back of her head, a stark testament to the brutality of her untimely demise.
Tonight, police have a 34-year-old man in custody who's accused of shooting and killing another teen. Police tell us he killed the girl, then dumped her body. Our John Duran talked with family and neighbors today who say they had seen this suspect before.
Police say the suspect lived in this apartment building right near where 15-year-old Janiya Carr's body was found in these woods behind me. And neighbors tell me he worked as a maintenance worker for this apartment complex, and it's the same apartment complex the victim lived in.
I just seen it last night, and I'm like, he looks familiar. Then I showed my wife. She like, baby, that's the maintenance man. And then I looked at his face again. I was talking to him right there.
Police say early Saturday morning surveillance video shows Carr getting into the suspect's vehicle. The probable cause affidavit shows a little over an hour later, the suspect drives his car into the grass where the body was found Wednesday morning. Police say the suspect had active warrants in other states.
How is it that they allowed this man to work here, knowing that he even has a warrant in Alabama as we speak? How can you allow that? I feel tortured.
The suspect is due in court Monday afternoon and is being held without bond.
As these signs show, this apartment complex is being recorded at all times, 24/7. According to court records, police used that surveillance system to piece together a minute-by-minute timeline in the case. Just before noon on Wednesday, a woman walking her dog found a teenage girl dead along a tree line behind the Carriage House East Apartments. The victim, Janiya Carr, died just a few weeks shy of her 16th birthday.
I feel empty. I feel confused. So many emotions to the point that I feel sick.
34-year-old Tevis Walker is now accused of the killing. Police claim at exactly 4:32 on the morning of October 28th, here on Newburgh Drive, cameras showed Carr getting into a Kia registered to Walker. Less than an hour later, at 5:21, this camera on Aristocrat shows the car drive into the grass and turn off its lights at the exact spot where police found Carr's body. 4 minutes later, at 5:25, police claim Walker parked the Kia in this parking lot, then walked into his apartment just a few hundred feet from the scene. Police reports showed Janiya was officially reported missing on Monday. It turns out the accused killer had recently been hired as a maintenance man for the apartment complex, despite the fact that he had several warrants for his arrest in Georgia and Alabama.
This could have been avoided had they done a thorough background check. He shouldn't have been working here. He has a warrant.
This affidavit claims Walker admitted the victim got into his car, but insisted she eventually got out and returned home. Police did not provide a motive for the killing.
But the torture of thinking what he did to my baby, that's stuck in my head. I can't sleep.
Finally, the suspect is being held without bond, pending the filing of formal charges.
Emotional day in court where the man accused of killing a 15-year-old girl appeared before a judge and the victim's family.
Our Karen Campbell was there and joins us live with reaction. And Karen, we know this is a tragic story, but the judge has decided to keep the suspect in jail without bond.
Yeah, Felicia, that's right. Judge James Osborne decided on no bond, and he said that's because of this preliminary murder charge. Now, we are not naming the 34-year-old man because official charges have not yet been filed. Now, he did appear in the courtroom today wearing a red prison jumpsuit as he was ushered in without an attorney today for his initial hearing. Now, he is charged with killing. Police say he shot and killed 15-year-old Janiya Carr and left her body in the woods behind his apartment building at Carriage House East Apartments. We've learned that is where he lived and worked as a maintenance man. Police have also said the suspect had active warrants in both Alabama and Georgia. In court today, Janiya's mom, Demetria Boston, could not hold back tears when she saw the suspect walking into the courtroom. She shared her frustration and her pain with us after that hearing ended.
He seriously sat in her mother's face and asked for pretty much sympathy. I'm not okay with that.
The family told me outside of the courtroom they just want to know why this happened. They don't understand. And they have retained an attorney who told us that they are confident the state will put forth a murder charge. Now, we've learned the suspect is due back in court this Wednesday. That is when the judge says we should know, these specific charges that have been filed, and we should also know what kind of bond will be set.
Walker was due for trial in February 2024, but details have since been scarce, leaving the public in the dark about his fate. On November 5, 2023, the family held a poignant balloon release where Janiya's body was discovered. On November 15th, loved ones gathered to bid their final farewells to Janiya. She was a radiant and beloved daughter, niece, and friend, tragically snatched away too soon. Amidst their grief, they made a poignant vow to ensure Janiya's final moments did not overshadow the vibrant life she lived. A life filled with boundless potential and promise. Despite the devastating loss, the family came together once more a week later to commemorate what would have been Janiya's 16th birthday, a bittersweet celebration tinged with sorrow.
1, 2, 3. I wanna say happy birthday to you. I wanna say happy birthday to you. Yeah, I wanna say happy birthday to you.
This tragedy, like so many others, could have been prevented. Walker had no business being in close proximity to vulnerable individuals, especially children like Janiya. As her family continues to attend every trial, hoping for justice and the maximum punishment for Walker, let us hold them close in our thoughts and prayers. May Janiya Carr rest in peace.